So hello everyone. Today I am revisiting the Centro Paula Souza in Brazil, and today joining me is Claudia Nunes Delfino, and she's involved with the Virtual Exchange magazine, and we're going to be talking about some analysis and results. But please introduce yourself first, Claudia.
Hi, everyone. Thanks a lot, Lorenza, for the invitation. I'm Claudia Delfino. I am one of the coordinators of COIL in Centro Paula Souza, along with Patricia, who was here before. Centro Paula Souza has an educational organization that has 86 technological colleges that we have in Centro Paula Souza, and it's spread all over the state of Saõ Paulo. And we have COIL projects in most of them, so around the states, and we have COIL projects in English, Portuguese from Portugal, and Spanish. I coordinate the COIL projects in English, along with Nilsa. And we also have a newsletter that is called VAN, Virtual Exchange Medium. And in this newsletter, as we are 86 campi, so and we are spread all over the state, we kind of don't know what the other campus is doing. So this this newsletter is for us to share our thoughts and about the projects, the teachers writing this newsletter. We write and we talk about what's going on in the projects, in conferences, and we talk about the UNICollaborations. We share we are in need some of partners and come to do a COIL project with us and things like this.
So you use the newsletter to talk about virtual exchange COIL projects, of which I understand you have hundreds. And so
Yeah.
teachers write in the newsletter, you advertise for partnerings, and you kind of spread the word about who is doing what. And it's been very, very successful, hasn't it? And it's in its, I don't know, 30-something edition, Patricia told me. And she explained a bit about what's in. You go to conferences and there are special editions and all sorts of things. And she said you had some interesting results and analysis to share with us. So can you outline, I understand you have hundreds of COIL virtual exchange projects going on. So what sort of analysis have you done, and how did you do that analysis? What's it showing?
Yeah, so I'm a linguist. So when I started, I've been doing COIL project as a teacher for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years. And
Right.
when I had the opportunity to work in the coordination, and I saw this lot of editions of Vein, we have 33 editions now. And I thought, I'm a linguist and I do analysis of texts. And then I have this huge corpus of 33 editions, and I can do this analysis as well. So what I do is what I work is called corpus linguistics, and we have different kind of analysis we can do in corpus linguistics. But the one I use it with Van it is named keyword analysis, where you extract the keywords from the texts, like this. I have 33 editions, so I took the first edition, for example. This is my study corpus, and all the other 32 is the reference corpus. So the keywords are the words that appear with more frequency in this in specific edition than in the rest, the other 32. So I did this for each edition, and then I had a list of lots of keywords for the whole corpus. We selected what appeared many times. Of course, some words appeared in more than one list. And then we did had some criteria, like it had to be present in at least 5 texts, because each edition has a number of texts. So in the 33 editions gave me 180 texts. And then
Okay.
each of these words had to be present in at least 5 texts to be considered some
Okay.
consistency. And then when I had all of these, I went back to the text and analyzed each of these keywords. So I had 23 keywords that match all the requirements, let's say. And I came back and analyzed it, and I saw they are together in 5 different discourse or 5 different groups. Yeah, the first one is like a managed education, like they talk more about administrative rationality, and there's a focus on metrics like how many projects, how many, more about numbers of how many things I can deliver, like how many students, how
Oh,
many
okay.
projects, uh, meet how to meet
Okay.
this managed thing. The second
Okay.
one is I thought it would appear because sometimes what I like about corpus linguistics analysis, because when you start to say, I think this is gonna appear or this is gonna happen, and sometimes you are right, but most of times you are wrong and appears things
So it's a
completely different,
surprise.
which are yeah, and it shows that our intuition is not always right. Most of the time, our intuition is wrong. But this one appeared, that is the global collaborative internationalism, that it's mostly associated with the inclusion and circulation of knowledge. That is what COIL is about, right? The third one is the
Exactly.
applied technological professionalism, because we are in a technological college. So the development of practical skills is valued by the teachers because the students are about to enter the job market. So we have this worry that the students have some practical skills. And then
Hmm.
there's the humanized professional engagement that is mostly centered in interpersonal relations. And I think that it is really important in the COIL project that the
Yes.
students interact and have developed their soft skills. And then for me, this is the not the funniest, but it's nice. That is the temporal operationalism that talks about the internationalization into institutional cycles. Like this project starts in this month. There were lots of months disappear, like September, October, May, because the dates, the beginning and the finish of the projects, and disappeared a lot.
With this
Mhm.
analysis, what's the goal? How will it help you? What will you do with this information? And how do you envisage that it will help the Centro Paula de Souza in maintaining or sustaining or scaling its COIL virtual exchange projects?
I think it makes us reflect. Like the first thing I saw is like we are giving too much focus on administrative things. And I think the COIL project has to be about interaction, about the cultural exchanges. And we are doing this, but maybe we are not, we are giving some part of our time to things that we do every day in classroom, like organizing things, bureaucratic administrative things. And it's important, but it doesn't have to be the focus of the COIL projects. I think the focus has to be more cultural. So maybe this is a heads up that we look, we are doing fine. We have lots of projects going around, but we have to focus more on the cultural aspects and the exchanges, and not so much on this
Administrative stuff.
educational administrative things. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think.
So I'm assuming that once you've had a chance to look at the analysis, maybe an article will go into them in your virtual exchange magazine to share with the professors as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, that's the idea. We are writing an article to publish in a journal, but we also have to share these results in the event.
Thank you very much, Claudia, for sharing.
Thank you for the invitation.